Hello guys, today I'll give you my feedback for the Battlefield 5 closed alpha from my perspective following the rounds that I had the chance to play. Starting off, let's speak about the pilot class and how the planes felt. I have made a video about this which gives a more in-depth view which I'll link down below, as well as it should be in an annotation on the screen. But just to keep this one short, I'll talk about it for a bit. Basically, flying felt a bit clunky, and I think that this will obviously be changed in the final game, or I hope so, in order for you to actually feel like you're flying a plane and not a hard brick. The different planes felt a bit useless against infantry, but the bomber plane was decent against tanks or armored vehicles on the ground. This should be worked on a bit in order for pilots to actually contribute to some infantry support, but not as powerful as in, for example, Battlefield 1. I like that you have to resupply after each bombing run, or that you have limited ammo, which obviously will reduce the times you will get killed by a plane in this game by a lot. Maybe make it so that you can do 2 bombing runs before having to resupply again. So this way you can actually get a few more kills before going back and resupply. Plane combat against other planes felt a bit slow because of the amount of armor or health the other plane had, so you had to try really hard to destroy the plane, or it just takes a lot of time before you actually do enough damage to destroy it, giving the enemy pilot enough time to go to his side of the base or to call out for anti-aircraft support from his teammates. The AA felt really powerful and could destroy your plane quite fast, so this might need to be nerfed a bit. One thing that I also liked was that you can repair your plane while turning, which is something that I do like, and this makes it easier for you to do your turns while in air. Tanks felt a bit clunky as well while driving them, and they feel a bit slow. You also have limited ammo for this, which I like. There are multiple resupply stations around the map, so if you need to resupply you can do so without any problems. I felt that tanks aren't that overpowered, and in general I like their current state. You die really fast if 2 people shoot rockets at you, since you can't move that fast, but at the same time you kill enemies really fast, and the second gun is quite accurate and just moves people down in few hits. If you have to resupply, you will have to press a button while sitting next to a resupply station, and it will take a few seconds for it to complete, the same way as you would repair your tank. You cannot move while doing this as well, and you cannot move while repairing your tank still. Speaking of this, from my experience, I was able to perform 2-3 repairs for the tank, and after this I couldn't do any more repairs, even though I wasn't at full HP. Not sure if this was a bug that I experienced or if this was intended. I hope that we can fully repair the tanks and not only through 3 repairs, leaving you at 60-70 HP. The next thing that I would like to speak about is that you can destroy buildings again, more than in Battlefield 1. Some buildings can be completely destroyed to the ground, while others will still have a few objects or walls which are indestructible, but even so it's more than what you could do in Battlefield 1, for example. At the same time, you can fortify the building that you just destroyed and make somewhat of cover by doing so, but it won't be as good as before. But fortifying it will grant you that bit of cover that you desperately need in certain situations, especially while trying to defend a flag. There are some flags where you would have no buildings in peace anymore, and you had to just fortify it in order for you to actually hide behind something while you're being attacked by the enemy. The attrition system is a huge change for the franchise, but I for one liked it quite a lot. At start, I wasn't happy about this, but the more I played and got used to it, the more fun I had. There are resupply stations at each flag, so you can always get ammo or health if your teammates aren't helping you with that. One thing that I would also like to be added is when you kill an enemy and they drop ammo, to as well drop something like 10 health. Let's say that he just had some bandages or first aid on him or whatever, and it took it from him. This way your health will regenerate to only like 50-70 and maybe 60-80 depending on the damage that you took, so you have a higher chance in your next fight while fighting someone that is on full HP. Or for example, if you took only 30 damage in the fight that you had, when you pick that health from the enemy soldier, you can have your HP regenerate up to a maximum of 90 HP instead of full. This way you will still have lower HP and you would still need some help from your teammates. The maximum HP that you could heal this way could work quite well, and you would still be at a smaller disadvantage by other people that are at full HP. I would also like to suggest a shorter duration for the medic revive, or at least to get rid of the half a second where you cannot react after you just revived someone, so you can turn on enemies that are shooting at you faster and not end up dying while performing this. I fear that if the revive will remain as it is now, fewer people will actually try to revive you, making the mechanic quite useless and only used by the dedicated medics. Also, I would suggest the same for the person that gets revived, to have the time it takes for him to react faster, or make it like in Battlefield 4 where you could remain on the ground and shoot instead of having this full second to get up and not be able to react while getting shot at, dying in this process, and you'll have to wait again 15 seconds before you can deploy again. Also, when this happens, would be great if the wait time can be reduced to 0, since you already had to wait for the revive, and I feel punished for dying while getting revived, having to wait again this much time. The spawn screen should also include options like a spawn beacon among your teammates, so you can actually use it while on the squad spawn screen instead of having it only appear in the all deploy screen. A position for your squad mates would also be great. For example, if you had the minimap appear with their location shown there, or if you had more information about where they are instead of spawning on them hoping to be close to an objective. On the squad screen would be also great if you could choose the class that you want to spawn in. This would have the previous equipment that you had used. If you want to change your weapon or gadgets, you would still have to go back to the old deploy screen and change it there. One more change that I love is regarding the small fires on the ground. You currently no longer lose 1/3 of your HP while stepping over them, which is a great change. But at the same time, the incendiary grenades do very little damage to enemies, and I think they need to be buffed a bit so they can be viable against someone who only chooses to use regular grenades. For now, each class had only access to one type of grenade. I hope this doesn't make it to the final version of the game, and you can actually choose which grenade you can roll with. I didn't want to speak about the gunplay or about gun balance in the current build of the game, as we only had classes that had one or two weapons available. I would like to speak about this when we have at least the beta version of the game, as for now I feel that it isn't appropriate to speak about this, considering the amount of guns that you can compare each class with. So more on this when we have a better version of the game that has more weapons available. For now, this is what I wanted to pass to you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll make a few more videos about the rest of the classes, which should be up in the next few days. In the meantime, you can check my two previous videos regarding the Recon class and the Medic class, which should be on your screen right now. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, it helps me quite a lot, and if you did enjoy it, please leave a dislike, post a comment with your feedback, I'd love to hear it. So guys, let me know what you think of the changes Battlefield 5 will bring, and as well let me know if you're excited about the game or if you feel worried about the changes the new Battlefield brings. And as well, please leave your impression about what the game looks like for now, or if you had the chance to play it, what was your reaction after the few rounds that you played.
Soldier, return to the combat area immediately. We have taken objective easy.